In our relentless quest for success, balance, and happiness, modern life presents us with a series of pervasive challenges that seem to echo across the experiences of many. We find ourselves grappling with the pressures of professional achievement, where the bar continually rises, leaving us in a perpetual state of striving and rarely in satisfaction. There's the intricate dance of personal relationships where genuine connection often succumbs to the superficial engagements of our digital existence. The shadow of uncertainty looms large too, as global and personal upheavals make the future seem increasingly unpredictable. And amidst these tumultuous waves, the quest for happiness and contentment becomes ever more elusive as we search for fulfillment in external achievements and material possessions, only to find them fleeting. It's within this complex landscape that we seek not just solutions but sustainable pathways to a life marked by resilience, purpose, and joy. This is where the ancient, yet enduringly relevant teachings of Stoic philosophy offer a beacon of light. Stoicism, with its roots deeply planted in the wisdom of thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, provides us with a framework not only for understanding the nature of our challenges, but for transforming our responses to them. Our journey today is not just about revisiting these teachings as historical curiosities, but as living principles that can guide us through the labyrinth of modern life. Together, we'll explore how the Stoic ideals of understanding what we can control, cultivating inner virtue, managing our perceptions, and finding contentment within ourselves can be applied to address the challenges we face today. As we embark on this exploration, we invite you to join us in discovering how Stoicism can not just inform but transform our approach to life's challenges, paving the way for a life of greater tranquility, fulfillment, and wisdom. Let's begin this journey together, uncovering the Stoic keys to navigating the complexities of the modern world. Lesson 1. Understanding what's in our control. In the realm of Stoic philosophy, a guiding light for navigating life's tumultuous seas is the clear distinction between what lies within our control and what falls outside it. This concept, elegantly simple yet deeply profound, was championed by the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, who taught that our power resides not in changing the external world but in mastering our internal responses to it. Understanding and applying this principle can radically alter our experience of everyday challenges, from minor annoyances to profound hardships. Imagine standing before the day's challenges as if they were a vast ocean. Some waves can be surfed, others must simply be observed as they pass. Stoicism equips us with the discernment to know which waves are which. It tells us that while the actions of others, the turn of fate, or the unfolding of events are beyond our control, we hold sway over our own thoughts, judgments, and reactions. This realization is not just insightful, it's liberating. By focusing our energies on our personal realm of control, our attitudes, efforts, and ethics were freed from the futility of trying to command the uncontrollable. How then can we practice this distinction in the fabric of daily life? Consider starting each day with a quiet moment of anticipation, reflecting on what the day might hold. Acknowledge the elements at play, sorting them into those you can influence and those you must simply accept. This practice cultivates a mindset of proactive engagement with what truly depends on us, while fostering acceptance for what does not. As you move through your day, challenges will inevitably arise. Here, visualize the concentric circles, the inner circle, encompassing all that you control, and the outer, everything else. This mental model can guide you in moments of stress or decision, focusing your efforts inward on your own choices and attitudes rather than outward on the vast expanse of uncontrollable circumstances. Concluding the day with reflection further solidifies this practice. Assess how you navigated the distinction between control and surrender. How did this affect your peace of mind, your interactions, and the outcomes of your day? Each evening's review prepares you for greater clarity and composure in the days to follow. Through consistent practice, this Stoic principle becomes a compass, steering us away from fruitless endeavors to change the unchangeable and toward fruitful cultivation of our own inner garden. The journey through life, Stoicism suggests, is not about controlling the external world, but about mastering the internal one. In doing so, we find not only peace and resilience, but also a deepened capacity for joy and fulfillment, regardless of the waves that life sends our way. Lesson 2. The power of perception. In the tapestry of Stoic thought, perception holds a pivotal role. It is not the events themselves Stoicism posits, but our perceptions of these events that dictate our emotional responses. This powerful principle suggests that by reshaping our perceptions, we can transcend negativity, finding serenity and strength in places we least expect. Consider, for a moment, the adversity faced by the renowned Stoic philosopher Epictetus. Born into slavery, Epictetus's early life was marked by hardship and constraint. Yet it was his perception of his circumstances, shaped by Stoic teachings, that allowed him to see not imprisonment, but opportunity, not suffering, but a challenge to his inner strength. Epictetus's life exemplifies the Stoic belief that our freedom and happiness are not contingent on our external conditions, but on how we choose to view and respond to them. Another compelling example of this principle in action is found in the life of Admiral James Stockdale. Enduring nearly 8 years of captivity during the Vietnam War, Stockdale's survival hinged on his application of Stoic principles. He famously credited his resilience to the Stoic emphasis on differentiating between what one can and cannot control, focusing on the former. For Stockdale, this meant not just surviving his captivity, but finding a way to turn it into a testament to human endurance and integrity. His ordeal underlines the transformative power of perception, showcasing how a Stoic mindset can convert despair into dignity, victimhood into heroism. These stories illuminate the path laid out by Stoicism, guiding us toward a re-evaluation of our own challenges. In our daily lives, we often encounter situations that stir frustration, fear, or sadness. Yet, by applying the Stoic practice of reframing our perceptions, we can see these not as insurmountable obstacles, but as opportunities for growth and learning. When faced with a setback, ask yourself, what aspect of this situation is within my control? How can I interpret this experience in a way that empowers rather than diminishes me? This practice of reshaping perception does not deny the reality of pain or difficulty. Instead, it offers a way to navigate life's storms with equanimity and grace. By choosing to see the silver lining, to learn from every encounter, and to maintain our inner peace regardless of external turmoil, we wield the Stoic power of perception. It is a tool that transforms not just our view of the world, but our place within it, steering us toward a life marked not by what happens to us, but by how we respond to what happens. Lesson 3. Acceptance and letting go. In the continuum of our lives, marked by constant change and unpredictability, the Stoic virtue of acceptance emerges as a beacon of clarity and peace. The Stoics, with their profound understanding of human nature and the workings of the universe, counsel us to distinguish between the tides we can turn and those we must simply navigate. This discernment leads to the foundational practice of accepting what we cannot change, a principle that liberates us from the chains of frustration and futility. Acceptance, in the Stoic sense, is not a passive resignation, but an active embrace of reality as it presents itself. It is the realization that while our control may be limited to our own actions and attitudes, there is profound power in yielding to the flow of life outside these bounds. This realization does not come naturally to us. Our instinctual reaction to undesirable situations often involves resistance, a futile push against the immutable forces of life. Yet this resistance only serves to amplify our distress, trapping us in a cycle of dissatisfaction and discontent. Cultivating acceptance then becomes a vital strategy for navigating life's challenges with grace and composure. One practical method to foster this mindset is through the practice of daily reflection. Taking time each day to contemplate the events that unfolded, identifying moments of resistance, and asking ourselves whether these were within our sphere of control can illuminate the areas where acceptance can replace struggle. This reflection encourages a shift in perspective from one of contention with the inevitable to one of harmony with the natural course of things. Another strategy involves reframing our narratives about the events in our lives. when faced with situations that elicit frustration or despair, we can ask ourselves what lesson can be gleaned from this experience. This approach not only fosters acceptance, but also transforms perceived obstacles into opportunities for personal growth and wisdom. Moreover, the practice of mindfulness plays a crucial role in cultivating acceptance. By anchoring ourselves in the present moment, we are better able to observe our reactions to life's events without being overtaken by them. This awareness creates a space between stimulus and response, a space where acceptance can take root and flourish. Embracing acceptance does not mean we cease to strive for change where it is possible and justified. Rather, it means recognizing the boundary between our efforts and the inexorable march of life's events. By doing so, we find peace in the present, resilience in the face of adversity, and the freedom to pursue our path with dignity and purpose. In this light, acceptance and letting go become not just strategies for enduring life, but for enriching it, guiding us toward a deeper, more meaningful existence. Lesson 4. Building emotional resilience. At the very core of Stoic philosophy lies the practice of building emotional resilience, a crucial skill for navigating the vicissitudes of life with composure and wisdom. Stoicism does not teach us to suppress our emotions, rather, it offers a way to understand and manage them, ensuring that we are not overwhelmed by the trials we face but are equipped to meet them with strength and equanimity. One of the most effective Stoic techniques for managing emotions is the practice of premeditatio, or the premeditation of evils. This involves contemplating potential negative events or outcomes, not to dwell on them pessimistically, but to prepare oneself mentally and emotionally for adversities. By visualizing challenges and setbacks, we can temper our reactions to them when they do occur, reducing their impact on our emotional well-being. Another cornerstone of Stoic emotional resilience is the cultivation of an attitude of indifference towards things outside our control. This does not mean that we become apathetic or disengaged from life. Instead, we learn to differentiate between our immediate reactions, which are often automatic and beyond our control, and our subsequent responses, which we can shape with reason and reflection. By focusing on our responses, we can maintain our inner peace even in the face of external turmoil. Moreover, the Stoics advocate for the development of inner strength through the practice of virtuous living. Virtues such as courage, justice, temperance, and wisdom are not just moral ideals but practical tools that guide our actions and decisions. By aligning our lives with these virtues, we build a moral resilience that acts as a bulwark against the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. Living virtuously, in accordance with Stoic principles, fortifies our character and equips us with the inner strength to face life's challenges with dignity and grace. To integrate these Stoic practices into our lives, we can begin by setting aside time each day for reflection and self-examination. Contemplate the events of the day, your reactions to them, and how you might apply Stoic wisdom to respond more constructively in the future. Over time, these practices can transform our relationship with our emotions, turning potential obstacles into opportunities for growth and self-improvement. Through Stoicism, we learn not only to withstand life's trials but to thrive amidst them, cultivating a resilience that is both a shield and a source of enduring strength. Lesson 5. The role of virtue in personal growth. At the heart of Stoicism is the belief that living a life aligned with virtue is the essence of personal growth and the key to a fulfilling life. The Stoics posited that virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance are not lofty ideals to be admired from a distance but practical guides that should inform our daily actions and decisions. In the Stoic view, virtue is the only good. It is what provides life with meaning and leads to true happiness, or eudaimonia, which is a state of flourishing that results from living in accordance with nature and reason. Integrating virtue into our lives begins with a shift in perspective. It requires seeing every moment as an opportunity to practice virtue, whether in the way we respond to a difficult co-worker, the integrity with which we perform our tasks, or the patience and kindness we show to our family members. This perspective transforms seemingly mundane interactions and challenges into a training ground for personal growth and self-improvement. To live a life aligned with virtue, we must first cultivate self-awareness. This involves reflecting on our actions and motivations, asking ourselves whether they're guided by virtue or by base desires such as fear, greed, or the pursuit of pleasure. It means adopting a mindset of continuous learning and openness to change, recognizing that the path to virtue is a journey, not a destination. The Stoics also emphasize the importance of role models in the pursuit of a virtuous life, looking to individuals, both historical figures and those in our personal lives, who embody the virtues we aspire to, can provide inspiration and guidance. By studying their lives and emulating their actions, we can find practical ways to integrate virtue into our own lives. Moreover, the practice of journaling can be a powerful tool for fostering virtue. By recording our reflections on the day's events, our responses, and our progress in living according to Stoic principles, we can deepen our understanding of virtue and hold ourselves accountable to our ideals. Ultimately, living a life aligned with virtue is a deeply personal and transformative endeavor. It requires a commitment to self-examination, the courage to confront our shortcomings, and the perseverance to continue striving for improvement. By following the Stoic path of virtue, we can achieve not only personal growth but a profound sense of fulfillment and peace, grounded in the knowledge that we are living in harmony with our highest ideals. Lesson 6. Fostering healthy relationships. In the mosaic of human experiences, relationships stand out as both a source of profound joy and significant challenge. Stoicism, with its deep insights into human nature, offers valuable guidance on fostering healthy, harmonious relationships. The Stoic endeavor to live a life of virtue inherently includes improving how we relate to others, emphasizing understanding, compassion, and respect as fundamental. Stoicism teaches us to recognize the intrinsic value of each individual, reminding us that just as we strive for happiness and freedom from suffering, so do those around us. This recognition is the first step in cultivating empathy, a crucial ingredient in healthy relationships. By placing ourselves in the shoes of others, we begin to appreciate their perspectives and challenges, reducing conflict and enhancing mutual understanding. Moreover, Stoicism advises us to focus on our own actions and attitudes rather than attempting to control or change others. This principle is particularly relevant in relationships where it's tempting to blame discord on the behavior of others. Instead, Stoicism encourages us to ask, how can I contribute to harmony? This might mean choosing kindness over criticism, patience over impatience, or understanding over judgment. It's a call to be the best version of ourselves, thereby inspiring those around us to do the same. In both personal and professional connections, clear and honest communication is vital. Stoicism promotes straightforwardness and sincerity, advocating for discussions that are direct but gentle, ensuring that truth is always spoken with kindness. This approach prevents misunderstandings and builds a foundation of trust and respect, essential elements of any healthy relationship. Additionally, Stoicism recognizes the importance of setting boundaries. Just as we respect the autonomy of others, we must also respect our own, ensuring that our kindness is not mistaken for acquiescence. By clearly communicating our needs and limits, we encourage a balanced relationship where both parties feel valued and understood. Practically, applying Stoic principles in relationships means actively listening, showing genuine interest in the well-being of others, and practicing forgiveness. It involves letting go of petty grievances and focusing on what truly matters, the growth and happiness of those we care about. By weaving Stoic insights into the fabric of our relationships, we not only enhance our connections but also our own character. For in learning to relate to others with virtue, we fulfill one of Stoicism's most profound teachings, that our greatest good lies in becoming agents of harmony and contributors to the common welfare of humanity. Lesson 7. Finding joy in simplicity. In a world where complexity often leads to confusion and discontent, the Stoic practice of finding joy in simplicity emerges as a beacon of clarity and serenity. This principle invites us to pare back the layers of our lives to uncover the profound beauty and peace that lie in the simple, the everyday, and the unadorned. It teaches us that true contentment does not stem from an accumulation of possessions or achievements but from an appreciation of life in its most basic form. The Stoics believed that by focusing on what truly matters, our values, our character, and our relationships, we could strip away the unnecessary desires and distractions that cloud our happiness. They advocated for a life lived in accordance with nature, where the pursuit of external goods is secondary to the cultivation of internal virtue. This philosophy does not call for asceticism, but rather a mindful recognition of how little we need to be truly happy. To integrate this practice into our lives, we can start by examining our daily routines and identifying areas cluttered with excess, be it material possessions, commitments, or even thoughts. By simplifying these areas, we create space for what genuinely enriches our lives. This might mean decluttering our living environment, choosing to engage in fewer but more meaningful activities, or practicing gratitude for the ordinary moments that make up our day. Moreover, simplifying our lives allows us to be more present. Without the constant pull of multitasking and the mental burden of an overcrowded schedule, we can fully engage with the task at hand, the people we're with, and the moment we're in. This presence brings a deeper level of joy and connection, rooted in the simplicity of being rather than doing. Embracing simplicity also means learning to say no to activities, demands, or even thoughts that do not align with our essential values or contribute to our well-being. This selective engagement is not about withdrawal, but about choosing to invest our time and energy in what truly matters and brings us joy. In cultivating a simpler life, we align ourselves with the Stoic ideal of living according to nature, finding happiness not in external abundance, but in the richness of an examined, virtuous life. By appreciating the simple pleasures, the warmth of the sun, the comfort of a shared meal, the peace of a quiet moment, we discover that contentment and happiness are not destinations to be reached, but paths to be walked, step by simple step. Lesson 8. Gratitude and the path to contentment. In the Stoic journey towards a life of contentment and peace, gratitude plays a transformative role, altering our perception of the world from one of lack to one of abundance. Stoicism, with its focus on living in harmony with nature and valuing virtue above all, naturally incorporates gratitude as a means to appreciate the present moment and the myriad gifts it holds. This ancient philosophy teaches us that by cultivating a sense of thankfulness for what we have, we can shift our focus from what we are missing to the wealth that already exists in our lives, thereby fostering a deep and lasting contentment. Gratitude in Stoicism is not merely a passive feeling, but an active practice, a daily habit that recalibrates our relationship with the world. It encourages us to recognize the value in the ordinary, to appreciate the fleeting moments of beauty and joy that permeate our everyday lives. This recognition is not just about acknowledging what is good, but also about transforming our perspective on what we might initially perceive as negative. The Stoics believed that every experience, no matter how challenging, offers an opportunity for growth and learning. Gratitude allows us to see these opportunities, to embrace life's trials as much as its triumphs, and to find value and meaning in both. To cultivate a grateful mindset, one practical exercise is to start or end each day with a gratitude journal. This involves taking a few moments to write down 3 things for which you are thankful, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant. This practice not only trains us to look for the good in each day, but also creates a record of positive moments to reflect on during more difficult times. Another Stoic-inspired practice is to engage in negative visualization, which involves contemplating the loss of something or someone dear to us. While it may seem counterintuitive, this exercise heightens our appreciation for the aspects of our life that we often take for granted, deepening our gratitude for them while we still have them. Gratitude, then, is not just a byproduct of a contented life, it is a pathway to it. By actively practicing thankfulness, we align ourselves with Stoic principles, focusing on what truly matters and finding joy and fulfillment in the simplicity and virtue of our everyday lives. Through gratitude, we learn to treasure the present, cultivate an abundance mindset, and embark on the path to lasting contentment. As we conclude this exploration into the rich tapestry of Stoic philosophy, we reflect on a journey that has taken us through the core principles of understanding control, managing perceptions, embracing acceptance, building emotional resilience, living virtuously, fostering healthy relationships, cultivating gratitude. Each of these steps has offered us tools not just for confronting the challenges of modern life, but for transcending them, guiding us toward a life of greater peace, fulfillment, and resilience. The Stoic wisdom we've delved into is more than just philosophical contemplation. It's a call to action. It urges us to examine our lives, to question automatic reactions, and to consciously choose virtues such as courage, temperance, justice, and wisdom as our guiding stars. It reminds us that while we cannot control everything that happens to us, we have the power to control our responses, turning obstacles into opportunities for growth and transformation. As we carry forward the insights gained from Stoicism, let us do so with the intention of applying them to our daily lives. Let the Stoic practice of reflection become a daily ritual, an opportunity to align our actions with our highest values. Let gratitude color our perception of the world, turning what we have into enough and more. And let us remember that the pursuit of a balanced and meaningful life is not a solitary endeavor but a shared journey, one that we undertake with the support and companionship of others. In embracing Stoic wisdom, we equip ourselves with the strength to navigate life's storms with equanimity and to find joy and meaning in the midst of adversity. So as we step forward from this moment, let us do so with the courage to live virtuously, the resilience to withstand trials, and the wisdom to appreciate the beauty of our everyday lives. The path of Stoicism is not always easy, but it is profoundly rewarding, offering us a blueprint for a life well lived, marked by inner peace and external purpose.